continued to play its role in the realization of human rights and fundamental freedoms to complement the efforts of government and other partners. Surely, together, state and non-state actors can achieve a great deal more when they collaborate and support each other in this noble task. Without attempting to preempt the different statements, I just want to share a little bit of information on the center, because some of us here might not have interacted with the center. I want to say that the center was established in 1989. It will be 35 years this year. And it's a brainchild of the first president of the Republic, Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara, in consonance with other founding fathers in the names of Justice Jallo, Hassan Jallo, Mr. Adama Jeng from Senegal, and Justice Nyamichie from Ghana. These were the main people, and our first director was Mr. Raymond Sok, who is also a Gambian. And today, as we are also looking forward to celebrating our 35 years, I think you will want to join me in paying tribute to these giants who've been able to have this vision of a center that will accommodate and work with citizens of Africa to make and impact their contributions to the work of the African Commission.
Honorable Janet Salanjai, Vice Chairperson, Honorable Minister, Mr. Pierre Gomez, Commissioners here present, members of civil society, the media, and all other protocols respectfully and duly observed. Distinguished guests, esteemed participants and partners in human rights advocacy, I'm honored and privileged to attend and make my remark at this conference of champions of human rights and governance. On behalf of His Lordship, the Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Hassan B. Jallo, I wish to thank the organizers of this conference for the invitation. His Lordship would have loved to be here with you, but had prior engagements. However, his prayers are with you. He requested me to represent him and deliver the opening remarks on his behalf. And it is a profound honor to address this esteemed gathering at the NGOs Forum, preceding the 79th Ordinary Session of the African Commission on Human and People's Rights here in Banjul, the Gambia. The theme of the forum is aligned to the 8th theme of the year. Therefore, we gather under the banner of a critical theme that echoes across our continent. Educate an African fit for the 21st century, building resilient education system for increased access to inclusive, lifelong, quality, and relevant learning in Africa. Education stands as the cornerstone of development, democracy, and human rights. It is not a mere path to personal advancement, but a fundamental right and a collective responsibility. Quality education empowers individuals, fosters equality, and drives inclusive growth, yet the challenges in our education systems are stark. Millions of children remain out of school, denied the transformative power of knowledge and opportunity. In a continent with the world's youngest population, ensuring equitable access to quality education is imperative. Education is the greater equalizer, bridging divides and unlocking human potential. It is through education that we cultivate the leaders, innovators, and advocates who will shape Africa's future. Education is not a luxury, but a catalyst for sustainable development and social cohesion. It empowers individuals to claim their rights, challenge injustice, and contribute meaningfully to their communities. Therefore, investing in education is investing in the very fabric of our societies, paving the way to a brighter, more equitable future. The role of NGOs in advancing this theme cannot be overstated. NGOs are the lifeblood of civil society, championing the cause of human rights, democracy, and the rule of law in Africa. They are the vanguards of change, the courageous voices advocating for the most vulnerable among us, and the catalysts for progress in the face of adversity. To governments and societies across in Africa, I emphasize this: education is not an expenditure, but an investment in our collective prosperity. It is an investment in peace, stability, and resilience against the forces that seek to divide us. As we navigate the challenges of the 21st century, let us embrace the transformative power of education. Let us equip our youth with the tools they need to navigate an ever-evolving world. Let us break barriers and dismantle the inequalities that hinder our progress. Kindly allow me to take this opportunity to commend the African Center for Democracy and Human Rights Studies and the African Commission on Human and People's Rights for their unwavering commitment and collaborative efforts in organizing the Forum of NGOs, preceding the African Center, the ACHPR's ordinary sessions. The consistent partnership between ACDHRS and ACHPR underscores a shared dedication to advancing human rights and democracy across Africa. By providing a platform for NGOs to engage, advocate, and contributing to the work of the ACHPR, this forum has become instrumental in fostering dialogue, networking, and strategic partnership. The pivotal role played by ACDHRS and ACHPR in nurturing this forum underscores the collective vision for a more just, equitable, and rights-respecting continent. In conclusion, I urge all stakeholders gathered here today to recommit to the cause of education, human rights, and democracy in Africa. Let us harness the collective wisdom of civil society, governments, and international partners to build resilient education systems that leave no one behind. Together, let us educate an African fit for the 21st century, empowered, resilient, and ready to embrace the promise of tomorrow. Once again, on behalf of His Lordship, the Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Asan B. Jaro, I wish you a successful meeting, and I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Honorable Justice C, for that statement, that address. Yes, I'm sure we have all taken note of the importance of education, and especially education for peace, education for human rights. And we look forward to 3 days of looking at how we can make this a reality. I want to now call on the speaker from NANRI, the Network of National Human Rights Institutions, to make his statement. You have the floor.
Who would have loved to be here with you, because he considers a duty to always be here to do the formal opening of the NGO forum. However, due to circumstances beyond his control, he couldn't join us today and has asked me to represent him, which I gladly am honored to do. Before actually delivering the statement of the chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, allow me a moment just to reflect on those powerful words that were delivered by, is it JT? We're trying to get the JT, yes. We have to make us enough. We have to learn and grow. I'll just add one more segment. We learn, grow, and we act. Because if we learn and we grow and we don't act, then it becomes a problem, it becomes futile. So these are very powerful words, and I believe they are fully aligned with the theme of the AU for this year, educating an African for the 21st century. For us to be able to educate an African for the 21st century, we have to make us enough. I think it's important to link that to the theme. Making us enough by ensuring that the education is relevant, the curricula is relevant to the African context. Making sure that we have adequate systems and infrastructure to ensure that we are enough to be able to learn, grow, and to act. So this is the connection I would like to make to those powerful words that were delivered by the young lady to the theme of the year and to the theme and focus of the NGO Forum. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, also permit me, before delivering the statement of the chairperson, to take a moment to congratulate the African Center for Democracy and Human Rights Studies and to wish them a very happy, prosperous, and best 35th anniversary. I think this is no mean feat. I think we should give them a round of applause. I think this 35th anniversary of the African Center for Democracy and Human Rights Studies resonates a lot with me, and it means a lot to me. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to deliver the statement of the Honorable Chairperson, Remy Lumu, who is not here with us, but he's here in heart and spirit. I can assure you that, because as I said at the very beginning, he's always considered as his duty to be here to open the NGO Forum. And his statement goes, I would like to sincerely thank you for joining us today, despite the challenges inherent in the hybrid nature of the centenary session. Though NGOs, partners, and friends may not be able to physically join us at the ordinary session, their presence here in the Gambia to take part in this important event is greatly appreciated. It is wonderful to see you and to be afforded the opportunity to welcome you. This gathering has always been special in the eyes of the Commission, and I'm grateful to Ms. Hannah Foster of the African Center for Democracy and Human Rights Studies, the steering committee of the NGO Forum, and all those who work tirelessly to ensure that this forum could become a reality and could be held in person. Your dedication to ensuring that this gathering takes place, despite the obstacles we face, is truly commendable. Our shared commitment to advancing human rights, promoting democracy, and fostering sustainable development in Africa shines brightly as we gather here today. I am convinced that, despite the challenges ahead, by working together, we can overcome them and build a better future for our citizens. Distinguished guests, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take this opportunity to reflect on the thematic areas of the forum, which illustrates the importance of this event. The theme of the forum, in keeping with the AU theme for this year, the Year of Education, to educate an African fit for the 21st century, acts as a guiding star in illuminating our path. Imagine education not just as a gateway, but as a powerful river, flowing with the potential to shape lives and transform landscapes. Yet, like any river, it faces obstacles. Poverty, gender disparities, lack of infrastructure and sufficient human resources, and conflict that may divert the course of the river. To navigate these dangerous waters, we need to work together. Governments, civil society organizations, and international partners to build robust bridges in terms of policies and programs. We need to invest in schools in rural areas, provide grants as lifelines for vulnerable groups, and pave the way for the education of every child, including girls, children with disabilities, and those from indigenous communities. In so doing, we're empowering Africa's youth, propelling them towards the shores of economic prosperity and social harmony. As we chart our course towards sustainable development, we cannot ignore the dark clouds of unconstitutional changes of government. They gather ominously, casting shadows across the democratic landscape, and threatening the very foundation of our continent's stability. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, picture democracy as a massive baobab tree, its roots embedded in the soil of the rule of law and governance. Yet when these roots are shaken by military coups, political unrest, and government takeovers, the tree trembles and its branches quiver with uncertainty. Let us stand as custodians, strengthening the trunk of democracy with the steel of transparency, and nourishing its leaves with the waters of dialogue and respect for democratic principles. Together, we can weather the storm, ensuring that peace and stability again flourish in our continent. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on this journey, let us recognize the crucial role of human rights education in the fight against inequality and discrimination. By incorporating human rights principles into our education system, we are giving our youth the means to build a better future in which respect for human rights will certainly thrive. Human rights education offers individuals the means to defend equality and accountability. The forum will also discuss the transformation of the transformative power of digital technology as a driver of socio-economic development. Building infrastructure, improve access to internet, and promote digital literacy. These are essential steps in bridging the gaps and propelling Africa into a future of limitless possibility. However, we still face the challenges such as inequality of access and digital deserts. Ladies and gentlemen, at the crossroads of democracy and the rule of law, let us acknowledge their tangible impact on civic engagement and freedom of assembly. Defending these principles means breaking down barriers to civic participation and releasing the energy of public discourse. In doing so, we are strengthening democracy and ensuring the voices of all citizens are heard. And we must forge the brave souls. We must not forget the brave souls who are on the front lines, defending human rights amidst adversity and danger. They are the custodians of justice and freedom, and we must support them by affording them legal protection and a safe haven from harassment and violence. Their voices encourage us to fight for a world where all human rights are respected and defended. Ladies and gentlemen, these are just some of the few issues that the forum will address and which we need to reflect on if we are to move closer to the Africa we want, in line with our overall vision. I hope that these 3 days of deliberation will enable us to adopt a constructive approach to the challenges we face. Allow me at this point to thank all of you for attending this forum and to commend you for choosing to do so, illustrating once again the steadfast commitment of African civil society organizations to the rule of law and respect for human rights on our continent. I would like to conclude to once more thank Mrs. Hannah Foster on behalf of fellow commissioners for her much appreciated efforts to ensure that African civil society finds a space to freely express itself despite the restriction of civil space in national jurisdictions and online. My dear Hannah, thank you sincerely for your contribution to the advancement of human rights to our continent. And with these few remarks, I thank you all for your kind attention. There ends the statement of the chairperson, and we would like to, on his behalf, declare the NGO forum open. I thank you all.
Chairperson of African Commission on People's Rights, distinguished member of Gambia government, commissioners here present, members of the civic society organization here, who come in near and for all of us, welcome for this. Welcome for this forum where we talk about education. The theme for this year is education. Formal education, informal education in African countries. Education has a connection with poverty, development, citizenship, and women's rights. We have a lot of challenge in education. We, members of this forum, we express our solidarity for each child in the continent to have access to education. For everyone, welcome, sejam bem-vindos, bienvenue for everyone, for all of us. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please bear with us. We just going to have audio from the technical room. It is my pleasure to introduce a talented poet. She has captivated audiences with her powerful performances, including a feature on the BBC. Jane Bature's journey as a poet has taken her far and wide, from the vibrant streets of the Gambia to stages around the world. Her captivating performances have left audiences spellbound, and her words have truly resonated with people of all backgrounds and walks of life. Today, we are privileged to experience JT's artistry firsthand as he shares a piece that reflects her passion and insight. Please join me in welcoming Gambia's own, the extraordinary Jane Bature.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jane Bature. I'm a poet. The piece I'll be reciting for you today is titled, "We Are Enough." We were told that life means nothing and that hell is paradise for the weak. That this air we breathe is a business proposal and we are just middlemen meddling in big boy pants. That these souls are equations built differently and earth is just another red carpet. Human beings are a funny creation, aren't we? Impeccable taste for perfection, yet its acquisition, good or bad, doesn't matter, does it? We fill pockets of the future and forget we do not own these souls. We assume God would somehow give a bonus and we'd live a little longer. So we abuse blessings. Listen, stand by your own. Where we fall, we carry a flag that binds us all. That is strength. We bear in mind that we are our own mirrors, and we will let no one cage our beauty. A reflection is beyond any work of art, and we are greater than any masterpieces. A masterpiece is but first a piece. What's wrong with taking first steps and learning to grow? Whatever happened to patience? Is it not a virtue anymore? Listen. Learn to listen. Learn, grow. You want to be rich inherently. First solve the problems of the masses selflessly. Whatever happened to being carpenters or tailors, sailors, farmers, or electricians, we are the little against the many. But you are the very foundation of us. And we grow to become pillars for you. What good is a pillar if broken? There is a bond between continents, a bond between bloods, and there is a bond between a nation and its youth. We are the nation. We serve as its concealer. We mend its broken walls and lay foundations, then blend in perfectly with its scars. We become those scars. We make the difference. Grass won't look greener on any side. We stand up when we have to and stand down if we must. Listen to one another, believe in potential. We love gold. Well, what's gold without a miner? What's a miner without a blacksmith? What's a blacksmith without tools? What are tools without metal workers? We're all interlinked. We stand to and for improvement. Correction is no stranger to experience. We're not just ghetto. Amongst us are God's best creation. We just have to find and keep them. And when all fall, we have to make it enough. We have to make us enough. Thank you.
Speakers have already set the tone, and these are very critical to advancing the human rights agenda in Africa. The panel provides a platform for experts, policymakers, and NGOs to share insights, best practices, and recommendations we can inform and influence. the visions and strategies adopted by the African Commission on Human and People Rights and participating NGOs. Moreover, this panel serves as a catalyst for collaboration among stakeholders, fostering a unified approach towards promoting human rights and enhancing the quality and inclusivity of education in Africa. So we look at the context, the African education system, and here are two main issues: the current state of education in Africa and also the challenges related to access, quality, and equality. The current state of education in Africa is marked by a mix of progress and challenges, while significant strides have been made in improving access to education, particularly at the primary level. Many countries still face obstacles in ensuring quality, relevance, and inclusivity throughout the education system. Issues such as inadequate infrastructure, teacher shortages, and low educational attainment levels continue to hinder progress. Additionally, disparities persist between urban and rural areas, as well as among different socioeconomic groups, leading to inequalities in educational opportunities.